Welcome to the Bottle Poppin' Podcast, where Meg and Heather share their love for oils, friendship, and entrepreneurship. Let's get it poppin'.
Hey everyone, this is Meg.
Hi there, this is Heather.
And we are the Bottle Poppin' Podcast. So Heather, what are we popping open today?
We are popping open a bottle of Bergamot. So I feel like Bergamot was the way that we have pronounced this one in the past. However, last year when we were at convention, they had a little section where you could create your own perfume, and Bergamot, I'm already messing up, was there, and we said something about it, and he corrected us and said it's a Bergamot. So I'm going to try to be as good as possible on saying it correctly.
Yeah, it's going to be really hard for me because I have said Bergamot for as long as I can remember. Bergamot. But I also wonder, did we question him how he knew that was right? Or what if that was just...
Nope.
I mean, it was just a random guy that works at doTERRA, so it could be that he was saying it wrong.
But it's hard because this is not the only oil that comes into question like this, right? Like copaiba was how I originally heard it, but then I've heard several people within doTERRA say copaiba, but then I've heard them on stage also say copaiba. I don't know.
Well, with that one specifically, they have said, the owners have said that either way is correct. So certain ones, they clarify either way is correct. Bergamot, Bergamot, I don't know. Yeah. One random guy told us it was Bergamot, so now we're going to try to say Bergamot.
Okay, so it smells really good no matter how you pronounce it. It's very fresh citrus smelling is the best way for me to describe it.
Yeah. So I read that this is the first eau de cologne that ever existed. So as far as base for perfumes, and it's still used a lot in that industry, in the perfume industry. And so it's interesting because I like this more than most perfumes because it's not overwhelming. So I guess it's all the other stuff they add that makes it overwhelming. But this is just a light, fresh smell.
Okay, so two things on the perfume side of it. So you think to the original perfumes that were being created, if they recognized that this oil came with sun sensitivity, which it does. Meg has her own little story with bergamot ingredients in there. That if they knew that, and if they were applying it as perfume, if they were all getting sunburned and didn't know why, first thing. And second thing, this oil is a high maintenance oil, I'm going to call it, or high maintenance plant more so, because it needs a particular climate, a particular soil. And so I'm assuming that a lot of the bergamot ingredients that are currently on the market are not real bergamot.
Well, going back to the whole sun sensitivity thing, two thoughts. First of all, most true perfumes, well, I don't even know if this is the case because I don't wear perfumes anymore, but for a long time, really high-end perfumes would come not in a spray bottle, but would come in a bottle where you literally just dab it on your finger and then you would dab it behind your ears and on your pulse points. So the sun sensitivity probably was not that big of a deal. And then the spraying, a lot of times people are spraying it on their clothes. So again, maybe not that big of a deal. But I personally have had a sun experience with bergamot oil. So hard to say bergamot. But this is one of the ingredients in the beautiful blend. And there is that beautiful mist that doTERRA has that smells so good, and it's super hydrating for your skin. And I think it was February or March. I went to a friend's birthday party and I put that on beforehand, and then I put a sweater over it, but the sweater had the big cutout holes along the arm, and we went to brunch and we went outside because it was a beautiful sunny day, and in Dallas, that time of year when it's sunshine, it's optimal patio weather, and I totally got sunburn, just little circles down my arm, but sunburned in those spots where my skin stuck through. So definitely is a concern when using this oil. Well, and I'll say as well, I really like the emotional benefits of this oil. So when reading up on the emotional benefits, it talks a lot about things such as it helps people going from feeling inadequate to feeling worthy, and just building up self-esteem. I think it's is it the oil of self-esteem? It's
oil of
acceptance?
self-acceptance. Yeah.
And so essential oils are so amazing at helping emotions, but I think this is one that probably most women could benefit from as well.
How do you use this one the most?
diffusing.
Me too.
For sure.
Do you have a specific diffuser recipe?
No, not really, not a go-to. I just mix it with whatever. I do like this one with mint oils. And then, of course, y'all know I love Bergamot mint, which is a totally different plant, but pretty similar to this one. As far as the way it smells, it's almost gentler, which is interesting because when I mix this with, say, like super mint, it's not a gentle, it's just a super energizing but amazing smelling combo as well. Do you have a favorite diffuser blend?
I tend to put this with probably like a lavender and sometimes other citrus oils or even like a eucalyptus. I feel like this one is very springtime oil to me. So I think that combination of oils that makes it feel bright and sunny, or even eucalyptus almost feels like rainy day too. But I don't know. It goes with a lot. I feel like this is a really easy one to use in the diffuser. Because of the sun sensitivity, I probably use it in the diffuser way more than topical use or just smelling right from the bottle. This can be used all three ways. It does have the supplements facts on the back. They talk about putting this into baked items or coffee or tea. This is not, okay, I haven't done this in a while. This is not a flavor that I feel like I love, but we're going to try it out.
It is the main flavor in Earl Grey tea. Like
I'm not a big Earl Grey tea person anyways. It's not as sharp as I remember. It's been a long time since I've pressed it to the roof of my mouth, but it definitely has like a little to it.
Yeah. No, I know I don't like the flavor of this one either, but I know a lot of people do like that flavor. And it's interesting too, like just mentioning Earl Grey, but also earlier you mentioning mixing it with lavender. Most citrus oils, I feel like, are like a pep you up, energizing oil, but this one truly is a calming oil. And so it can be used interchangeably with things like lavender because of the calming properties.
Okay, so speaking of calming, I found when we were just kind of looking up other uses that we didn't know about or use it, I found a really fun use in a bergamot foot mask. And so it combines Greek yogurt, honey, fractionated coconut oil, organic celery, and the bergamot oil. And at first I was like, what on earth is the celery possibly for? And so you blend it, you cut up the celery, and then you blend it with the other ingredients into a blender, and then you apply it on the bottom of your feet, let it sit for 15 to 20 minutes, and then you rinse it off, and it's supposed to moisturize dry, cracked feet. And I am totally going to try this, but you said, because I said I feel like I will buy celery and I have good intentions for it and I use it for several recipes or times and then I get bored of it. And so I always have a couple of extra pieces of celery. Well, now they can go to this foot mask I'm really excited about.
I know. I'm excited about it too. I can't wait to try it. And I have all of the ingredients in my home right now. So trying that today. Yeah. So you'll have to check out our social media sites because we'll create a reel about this and let you know what we think about it. All right. Well, anything else on Bergamot? Bergamot, Bergamot, tomato, maybe, I don't know. I really like this one. I don't use it all the time, but if I'm looking for a clean, smelling, refreshing diffuser recipe, I will quickly grab this one and just kind of combine it with some other stuff. It smells really good. Yeah. If you don't have this, you won't regret getting it. So definitely go get this. And if you have a friend who's into essential oils as well, please share this podcast with them and let them know about this resource because we hope you find it helpful. And we would love it if you could help us spread the word about it and get more people listening to it. So thank you so much for taking the time to listen. We'll have a brand new episode for you next week.
Thanks for tuning in. For more information, you can follow these bottle poppin' ladies at bottlepoppinpodcast.com. Tune in next week to learn about what bottle we're poppin'. Until next time, take care. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This podcast is not intended to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease.